What is the crack, lads? So we had an issue yesterday with the chickens. I was locking it all up, getting ready to just go in, and usually generally we'd always just leave them free running around as much as they want. They can go in and sit down if they want, whatever they want to do. Like, it's safe here, you know. But didn't one of them jump up, fly up onto the railing? I was like, are you serious? So I just put them all in, locked them in here for the night. It's now the morning. I'm going to clip their wings. So yeah, let's see how we get on. I did think I would be better off getting another person to hold them while I did it, but to be honest with you, the chickens were fairly compliant. There was one or two that didn't really like it, and I don't blame them, to be fair. But all went pretty smooth, and I hope this sorts the problem for a while. That actually went all right. It's actually kind of handy to do, and my biggest worry, well, to be honest, my biggest worry was I don't know, stressing them out. But how do chickens fare, actually, I wonder? Like, how stressed out do they get in a situation like that? And is there a way to reduce it beforehand, or is it a case you should be just hands-on with them more often? Try and pick them up and, you know, have it that they'll come to you and whatnot. And how long does it take before the feathers grow back? There's another question. How often should you check? You know, so you like, put it this way, I don't want a reminder to have to do it to be one, jumping out and getting eaten, or seeing them on the fence once a month. Do they grow? I'm sure, like being a bird, I'd imagine in a survival sense, they probably have to grow fast, because if something happens in the wild and they lose feathers or whatever, I'd imagine they would have to grow fast. That, or maybe they don't grow fast because it's unnatural that someone's going to just come up with a scissors and chop them. So yeah, so we need a door. This door is rotten, and it's been rotten for a long time, in fairness, but I would actually like to replace it. This is something that's going to be on the list of next things to do. On top of that, this beam here is actually relatively okay. The metal that they put on it around it is rotten, but the beam, I'm not replacing it right now. Though on the other hand, this one here, this needs to be replaced. This one here is actually quite bad, but yeah, that's the crack with that. We're not really gonna have to, we don't have to go too mad on that. The only reason I really thought about it, I wasn't gonna be too arsed in changing it beforehand, only for last night I had to put the chickens inside, and I would have preferred to keep them out of the little square and have them in the big bit room there, and then just put something at that hole there so they can't get out, just if I do need to leave them in. So I do want to prioritize doing that door, but they're clipped now, so should be all good for a while. As well as that, I did notice another spot that was would have let some sort of predator in. So what I've done here is basically just, I didn't have any U-nails, I couldn't find them, so I did a little dirty job on that there, and then just cable tied these on, bit of fence, and it runs down along to here. There's no way anything's getting in there. There was some gaps in the trees over here. This was done years ago. I don't know whether you can see it. I'll put it through it. Yeah, see, put concrete in there. So yeah, again, we have proofed it a little bit better now than it was. Other than this now, to be honest, which is, I don't think anything's going to be getting in here. I'm actually more worried about them getting out. And on top of that, I remember years ago, there'd be just millions of crows. So once they get the idea that the chicken feed is about, I'm sure they're going to start doing me head in. And I just thought I'd show you my lookout spot, as we cut down this tree, but I wanted to keep it a certain amount because it was a nice tree for a lookout spot for the foxes and all that crack. So yeah, that's it, lads. Talk to you in the next one.